So what happens when clients decide they're not going to pay you? I like to let people know that I have made all of the mistakes that they have made already, and not getting paid has been a big mistake. And actually, it took multiple times for me to learn the big lesson that I will share later as to what did I learn from not getting paid from clients. So first of all, how much money did I lose from not getting paid by clients? It's somewhere between $15,000 to $20,000 between the clients who didn't pay and then the clients where I didn't have a clear agreement and had to write down the amount that I was going to pay. I've lost that much, and that is a significant amount. And I'm sure if you have not been paid by a client, you know that you're dealing with all of the guilt feelings, the discouragement, the anger, the frustration, because you blame yourself. If only I would have done this different, or if only I could get this client on the phone. I would get mad at myself too, because I would be scared. I've got to call this person and try to collect money. And that was scary to me. And then I was dealing with some people who were not very honest. And that was a problem too, because I didn't know how to deal with people that weren't honest. But I did learn a big lesson from going through these situations. And actually, before I share the lesson, let me talk about what were the situations. Why didn't I get paid? The first one was because I did not have an engagement letter with a client. And in fact, I was doing all of this work and charging by the hour and invoicing them once a month, putting in a lot of work. But I was working directly with a manager at this company and not with the owner. And so the owner at some point fired the manager, and then I just didn't have any recourse to get paid because I couldn't even prove to the owner that I had done this work and that I had an agreement with the manager. So I had to walk away from that. Another situation was a client who said, hey, if you help me to get my books cleaned up and get my financials going, I'll be able to get a loan from my uncle. And then when my uncle pays me, then I will pay you. And I thought, oh gosh, I've got to help this person. And so what did I do? I helped them. I did all the bookkeeping for a full year, all the financials, didn't take any money in advance. I don't think I had an engagement letter then either. And gave the financials to the client. And of course, he ghosted me and kept saying, oh yeah, no, I'll get the money. Well, he never did. Had to walk away from that. Another situation was a very demanding client in which I did have an engagement letter, but it was still a bit unclear as to what I was going to do for them. And it was this complicated cleanup with other people involved in this cleanup outside of my company. And I worked all hours of the day and night to get it ready, submitted the work, and then they said, well, you didn't finish. And I thought, well, no, because that's beyond our engagement letter. And she decided she didn't want to pay me. So I had to walk away from that too. But as I said, I will share with you what was the big lesson that I learned. And actually, it was a few lessons. Number one is to get beyond the emotion, as I said, the anger, the guilt, the frustration of not being paid, and move past it and let go of the negativity, because it will consume you and you need to let go of it so that you can continue moving forward. I learned to have very clear engagement letters with my clients outlining exactly what I would do and not do. But most importantly, I learned to get paid in advance, to take at least a deposit or some payment in advance before starting any work. And actually, another very important lesson I learned was to do paid diagnostic reviews. So for any clients where there's a cleanup situation, then I started charging for a paid diagnostic review or an analysis of the books before I took on the client in order to get full clarity into what I was getting into, to get paid to do that analysis, and then to be able to be clear on what I was going to do for the client and how I would price those services. So those are the big lessons that I learned after losing almost $20,000, not getting paid by clients. And really, it's been the most profitable lessons that I have learned in my business. And so when I think back, I don't feel bad about it. I get excited because I needed those lessons to make changes in my business and to work with clients who respect me, respect my team as well, and are willing and able to pay for our services. Follow me or subscribe for more tips for growing your virtual bookkeeping business.